Number 10, up right away. I'm like, hey, I need to isolate this guy. Well, he's already isolated. So let's come in here and square it. And that'll get rid of that square root. So I'm just left with that. But when I square the left, I've got to square the right. You can't just put a square there. That'd just be squaring 6. You got to square that whole thing. So it's going to be an x plus 6 times another x plus 6. Binomial times a binomial. X times x, x squared. X times 6, 6x. Now this 6 times that x is 6x, and this 6 times that 6 is 36. This ends up giving us, when I put these two together, which will be 12x, I get an x squared. I have the 12x there, as we just said, and 36. At this point, I got to realize, hey, I'm going to have to get everybody over to the right-hand side and get it set equal to 0, and then factor. So I'm going to move this 3x over by subtracting 3x. Subtracting 3x. We'll do it all in one step. Subtract 16, subtract 16. Gives you the big 0, as I just said. There's your x squared. 12x minus that is how much? 9x. 36 minus that's 20. So we're looking at two things. We now need to factor this. Okay, it's a trinomial. As soon as you see a trinomial, you got to say, hey, I got to factor him. Well, what's going to multiply to give you a positive 20, but yet add to give you 9? Well, 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 3 times nothing, 4 times 5. 4 and 5, those multiply together to give us 20, and yet add to give us a 9. And everybody is positive here. So it's an x plus 4 times this x plus 5 equaling 0. So if two things multiply together to give you 0, one of them has to be a 0. So either x plus 4 has to be the 0, or the x plus 5 has to be 0. Solving this, minus 4, x is negative 4 is one possibility. Subtract 5, negative 5 is the other possibility. So we would plug those in and see if those work, and they both will. You are supposed to plug them both in because there's always a chance that one of them is an extraneous solution that doesn't work. Here, though, I'm going to tell you, they both work. They're both beautiful. Okay, I've just plugged them both in. They work.